Welcome to the Monday edition of Litter Media Live. I'm Dan Ramey, Mr. Hand 2, making a on-camera appearance today in the person of Aaron Glandon. Good to see you.
Good to be here.
And the open hand wave as opposed to the one coming in from the side.
Right, yes.
Is also a welcome sign as well. We've got a number of things to share with you today, as we always do, so we'll get to those in a moment. But first, I want to tell you about the weather as we prepare for quite possibly the coldest weather we've had since earlier this year. Cloudy conditions for you on your Monday, a high temperature of 65. Rain moves in tomorrow through Wednesday. Windy conditions and possible snow come Thursday.
Whoa.
Temperatures dropping to a high of 38. Low temperatures only around 32. Back to rain on Friday and a high of 42. But from what I understand, it's like a 20% chance of scattered showers of some sort on Friday.
What's it looking like in Logan, Ohio on Friday?
Probably pretty much the same. And
okay.
It would be really cool if we actually had snow for the downtown holiday open house.
That would be cool.
That would be a very Hallmark movie type capture.
Yes.
If we were to have that. But people will certainly be bundled up. And if you got your Santa suit, you'll want to be walking around that. Previous events I have covered, I've seen multiple Grinches.
Yes, there were a lot of Grinches last year.
and Santas as well, just walking and greeting everyone. But the one everyone wants to see is right down in Yoctangi Park. And he'll also be the guy that comes up to help flip the switch to turn all the lights on. We've got a number of people we'll be talking to this week with Shine On Chillicothe, the ones who are behind all the decorative lights down in Yoctangi Park. Tiffany Baldwin's going to be here. Someone's coming from the Chamber of Commerce to talk about the downtown open house on Friday as well.
It's not Mike Throne, is it?
I don't know. I don't think it is because I believe Tiffany said, I think I'll bring one of the girls from the chamber. And
I see too much of Mike Throne. I see him at all the ribbon cuttings.
We love you, Mike. We love you, Mike. So that's coming up later this week. Looking forward to that.
Yes.
So, all right. For those of you that are wanting to know what's going on with our news, we'll share details in beneficial news you can use coming up in just a bit. But first, let's tell you about Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. For 45 years now, they have been your trusted comfort advisor, and they've got a wide service territory. If you want to find out more about Accurate and the services they provide, click on this ad anywhere you see it on our website, littermedia.com. It takes you to their website, accuratehvac.com.
Wherever you are there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch just to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing, download the Kingston National Bank Mobility app today.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
For transportation options in Ross County, call Ross County Health District's Mobility Management Team, 740-779-9652. For the last 50 years, Haynes Chiropractic has been there to help us with the chiropractic. But then a few years ago, they changed their name to Haynes Total Health Care because of the other things they were doing to provide service for you as well, including physical therapy and nutrition. If you want to find out more about what they can do to help you with your chiropractic needs, click on this ad at littermedia.com. It takes you to hayneshealth.com. And of course, while you're at our website, you'll be able to follow along with some of the stories we'll share with you today. That's an important story right there for people who live down in my neighborhood. Speaking of ODOT, that's all coming up in just a moment. But this past Friday, you were out and about with a couple of ribbon cutting
Yes,
ceremonies.
I was.
And the first one was at the McDonald's on Western Avenue.
Well, actually, The first one was it?
Well, true, but the first one we're going to show you is McDonald's on Western Avenue, where they were celebrating 50 years at that location, but they're also making check presentations for some special moments.
Several years ago, we partnered with the Sheriff's Department and we bought Big Mac. You all remember Big Mac? And now we have a new Big Mac. So this is our new Big Mac canine dog that we were able to help the Sheriff's Department out by this new dog. So we want to thank them. Ron, can you squeeze in here, Megan? So we can get a picture.
How taller you are. Not many people, but taller than her.
So far this year, for 2024, we've raised $215,000 for the Ronald McDonald House right here on So that's our 7 stores, plus we do what we call a handbag hullabaloo, and we raised over $60,000 for that. But again, $215,000, and that's back to you guys. So we appreciate that you round up, and it helps every child here in Ross County, Pike County, and Pickaway County. Last year we served 93 families right here, out of Ross County and Pike County. So that's tremendous that we can do that. So thank you guys.
In the last several years, I've been the MC for the handbag hullabaloo. And they have families who have been benefit from the Ronald McDonald House charities and staying at the Ronald McDonald House. And this past September, they had the mother and grandmother of Hank the Tank. I don't know if you remember the campaign for Hank out in Huntington Township.
Yeah, I think so.
Suffering from cancer. And it's just touching to hear the stories behind why they were at Children's Hospital for as long as they were. Yeah. And some people have been there for 3 years while their children have been worked on. And they don't have to pay for the hotel stay because it's taken care of by events like Handbag Hullabaloo, and the money's raised at the McDonald's through the drive-thrus and at the restaurants themselves. So congratulations to, again, Ronald McDonald House Charities for being a benefactor there, but also to the many people that have been a part of the McDonald's family for 50 years now on Western Avenue.
And if you want to see that full ceremony, it's on our YouTube channel, featuring words from State Representative Mark Johnson, words from Luke Feeney, read by Mike Throne.
Yes, because Luke was out of town,
yes.
So unable to be there.
But that whole thing is right there on Litter Media YouTube.
Ran into Ron Fuster the day or two before the event, and he was out in front of RHF Enterprises there on Western Avenue, which is across the road from the restaurant. And he's still kicking, still getting it after all these years. Yeah. Now 7 McDonald's restaurant locations here in our territory. But as you mentioned earlier on Friday, around noon, there was a special event at the Don Koppel Athletic Complex.
Yes, there was. And they had the ribbon cutting for the new playground there, the Don Koppel Athletic Complex, and we spoke to Miranda Vance about what we can expect from the Park District next. Could you tell me a little bit about what's new here?
So we, for years and years, with the Koppel Playground, we've had mulch and pea gravel as a surfacing, and that presents a problem for people with challenges, mobility challenges. Gets a little dirty sometimes, and it pushes away so that it creates an unsafe surface. So we've replaced it with this poured-in-place product that is soft, it's flat and smooth, and it retains its shape so that it never moves around. So it's always going to provide a safe surface for kids to land on when they fall.
And how long did this process take?
So actually laying the surface itself only took a few days, but getting the contracts in order, getting the grant funds in order, we've been working on it since sometime last year. I think it was funded last fall, maybe. So about a year.
And you said just now that you guys were only just getting started on improving the parks. What do you guys have next?
Oh, wow. Well, next, I don't know exactly what's going to be just next, but we have our nature center remodel. We just finished with phase 1, and we're starting on phase 2 of that, hoping to have that open in the spring. We have, we're opening Heron Downs Finn Nature Preserve in the spring or early summer next year. We're hoping to get some bathrooms put out a couple of places. We're installing hydration stations at all of the parks. Koppel will be the first one to get one. Kiosks, we're doing new maps, new trail signage. We're adding miles of trail. So I have a giant list. It's just watch and see. That's all I can say.
And since the winter months are coming up, what are the parks like in the winter? What can people come and do?
Well, our trails are always open. Obviously, if it's wet, we ask people not to be on our trails or to be on them cautiously, just because it destroys our trails. But we still have the Paint Creek Recreational Trail, which people can ride their bikes on and walk on safely in any kind of weather condition. And it's beautiful. I mean, you look around right now, we have the grass spaces, we have the playground, we have the shelter house at Buzzard's Roost where you can, just enjoy the still morning. So there are lots and lots of reasons to come out in the winter.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Miranda's been a great asset to the park district, no question. And we've always joked with her about her vocal presentation because she's from down south,
right?
And not from around here, are you? But she fits right in. Yeah, she's done a great job. And of course, full disclosure, a former employee of the Ross County Park District.
I was about to say, one of those parks that's going to be open in the spring or summer next year, I helped build a lot of the trail for that. Heron Downs, which is out near, if you go to Zane Trace.
Okay.
They have the parking lot there that you can see, but it's not open to the public yet.
Is that the spot that's between Kingston and Zane Trace High School? There's another stretch that runs by.
That would be Kinnickinnick, I think.
Ross.
That's Kinnickinnick.
Okay, that's Kinnickinnick. Okay.
This one is, if you're coming from the hospital or from Kenworth, it's right past the second roundabout.
Yeah, okay. I've seen that.
But that'll be a great park once that's open, and I highly recommend you go to it.
Yeah, very good. You really seem like you were in your element for that interview.
Yeah.
Did you jump on the jungle gym and everything afterwards?
I went and got some footage of the new things, but I did not. I did not do any.
Because you had to get to McDonald's.
Yeah, I did.
So you had to take care of that. So, again, another video that you can find on our YouTube channel, right?
Yes.
Okay, so check that out. On to other news that you can use for today. The Ohio Committee for Severe Weather Awareness recognizes this as Winter Safety Awareness Week. Winter activities can be fun for everyone, but Ohioans should also be prepared for more severe impacts that can come along with the season. Snow, blizzard conditions, freezing rain, and flooding are just a few of the many conditions that can be hazardous during the winter months. Residents are encouraged to not only enjoy what winter has to offer, but also to prepare in advance for these potentially dangerous conditions. Read more at littermedia.com.
The Ross County Genealogical Society will host a special presentation by Gary Argabright on the prehistoric Adena and Hopewell cultures of Ross County on Tuesday, so tomorrow at 7 p.m. The presentation will include a PowerPoint discussion in comparison of these two fascinating mound-building cultures that played a significant role in the history of our region. Argabright will also showcase flint artifacts used by these cultures in their everyday lives, offering a unique opportunity to learn about the tools and materials that were central to their survival and practices.
Now on to ODOT, the story that I was alluding to earlier in the program here. They are proposing to perform an intersection safety project at the intersection of State Route 32 and 124, and Tennyson Road is right across the road from 124 there. State Route 32 will be open for the duration of the project, but Tennyson Road and Gleason Road, eastbound State Route 124 to eastbound State Route 32, and eastbound State Route 32 to westbound 124 will be closed during different phases of construction. There have been too many traffic deaths at this intersection over the years, and it's not a real difficult intersection. It's just for some people, it's difficult to negotiate it because you've got to watch for this traffic coming this way, and you never know when it's going to slow down and turn.
Right.
And it just creates an issue there. And more of our senior members of our community have lost their lives there due to traffic accidents. So hopefully this will help our older drivers as they cross that intersection.
Right.
But you got to go through the period of when they'll be putting all this together to fix the intersection. So tip of the cap to ODOT for getting that taken care of.
Chillicothe Tree Commission will hold their next meeting at 5 p.m. tomorrow on the City Administration Building at 35 South Paint Street.
We saw a moment ago Sheriff George Lavender with the new Big Mac drug dog that has been purchased by the folks at McDonald's. Well, they are now helping veterans, speaking of the Sheriff's Department, with Light Ohio Blue and Chillicothe VA Medical Center. They're participating in Operation Santa Sleigh. Santa will be delivering sweats for vets. They're in need of 140 pairs of sweats, sizes large, extra large, XXX, and 3X. If you'd like to contribute, you can drop off a sweatsuit outfit, whichever you want to call it there. Make your donations to the Ross County Law Complex at 28 North Paint Street between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. All donations will be accepted now through 4 p.m. Wednesday, December 4th. You can help make a difference in a vet's life.
The ELO tribute band Turn to Stone comes to Chillicothe's historic Majestic Theatre on this Friday night. Turn to Stone presents the experience of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame band with a live string section, a light show, and a step back into the 1970s. There are still plenty of good seats available. For tickets, visit majesticchillicothe.net.
Yeah, I think there's a little over 200 tickets remaining for it.
Yeah.
So.
And you're a big ELO fan, aren't you?
Yeah. I like ELO.
You're more of a Chicago guy, though.
Chicago is the band.
I wouldn't say all that.
Well, for me.
Okay.
It is. But ELO's right up there, too. Tabernacle Baptist Church, again, will host the Marketplace Journey to the King December 5th through the 7th from 6 to 8 p.m. each night. Reservations are not required, but they are encouraged. We'll learn more about the event in a special edition of Litter Media Live tomorrow afternoon at 1 p.m.
The U.S. Capitol Christmas tree made a stop at the Chillicothe Kenworth plant yesterday. Here are some photos from our friend Kelly Johnson. The tree has traveled from Wrangell, Alaska, and is on its way to Washington, D.C.
And I think one of these pictures, we'll see Kelly. She was one of the people that got the sign, the banner, and everything out of Kenworth. But they've been making, there she is. They've been making stops all the way from Alaska on their way to Washington, D.C. To take and deliver this tree, but also get everyone's signatures along the way.
Right.
So pretty cool event. And I had a feeling they would be stopping at Kenworth. I wasn't sure when it was going to be. We've been talking about this, the tour of the tree making its way here. And I lost track of time. I mean, they started about, I think, 5 days ago, maybe, thereabouts, from Alaska.
Oh, wow.
To get down here. So
that's a quick journey.
So they should be, I'm going to guess they'll be in the nation's capital within the next couple of days.
Yeah.
Would be my guess anyway. All right, so that's some news you can use today. Coming up in a moment, sports. But first, Scioto Valley Dumpsters, 740-253-8389 is their number. Give them a call if you have the need for a dumpster for the holidays, or if you just need a dumpster for whatever reason, they can take care of it for you. 740-253-8389. Each week, we'll announce the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Litter Media Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union. And in December, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Nominate any amateur athlete by visiting littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. You'll also see the players we've named throughout the year. Make your nomination today for the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Litter Media Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union.
I'm a busy woman, and I'm not ready to slow down.
Tiffany's hip pain was interfering with her career and active lifestyle until she came to the Adina Orthopedic and Spine Institute.
Dr. Meshbach told me about same-day surgery. I said, I want it now, and I wanted it yesterday.
After a successful procedure, Tiffany was home the very same day and on her way back to enjoying the community she calls home. At Adina, we do what we love, so you can too.
Big yards, small yards, hilly yards, silly yards. Every yard is unique, and every yard, no matter how much you love it, can be uniquely frustrating to mow. That's why Country Clipper is designed to tackle any obstacle imaginable. It's the perfect mower for even the most imperfect yard. Country Clipper, engineered for easy.
Discover Ross County. From the breathtaking outdoor adventures to the historic sights of Chillicothe and family-friendly events and festivals. Explore more at visitchillicotheohio.com or download the free mobile app today.
In sports, we're going to start off with this past Friday, the Intermedia High School playoff scoreboard from Friday, as the Teays Valley Vikings falling to defeat to the defending state champ, Massillon, Washington, 48-14. You were telling me a moment ago about you were at this game.
Yes.
And Massillon had 6 yards offense, but was leading 21-0.
Yeah, there was a point where the score was 21-0, and they had 6 yards of offense because they returned a punt for a touchdown. They returned another punt for a touchdown. And then the third time Teays Valley punted, it was a bad snap. And so they tackled the punter and then ran one play and got a touchdown. Mm-hmm. It was rough for the Vikings for the first half. The second half, I thought they came out and looked a lot better.
Yeah.
But it wasn't enough.
Yeah. That's how it goes. I feel bad for Teays Valley, but the deepest they've ever been in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So it made history.
And if you're going to losing to a state champ is not a bad way to go.
Very true. Big Walnut was a winner over Ashland in that same division. Division 4, Indian Valley, the team that beat Waverly, picked up a win. St. Clairsville was a winner over West Holmes, who ended the season for the Uniota Shermans. Ironton picked up a win, and so did Wheelersburg. So you're going to see those guys meet each other this weekend. And Eastern, that's the game I was at, they had a 21-0 lead. Here came Conotton Valley in the second half. They took the lead 22-21, but Eastern, on a fumbled goal line stance, Brewer Tomlinson, he's a big fella. He was going in for the go-ahead score. He got hit. The ball popped out, and there was one of the wide receivers picking it up and walking it in for a touchdown.
There you go.
And that's all they needed for the victory. Eastern will face Danville at Logan High School this coming Friday evening, and we'll have it covered on Litter Media X. We'll not have a broadcast of the game, but we will have coverage for you. You can get tickets, by the way, today. You can find out more at Eastern High School's Facebook page.
OSU fell behind 7-0 to Northwestern on Saturday and then scored 31 unanswered points for the 31-7 victory at Chicago's Wrigley Field. The second-ranked Buckeyes returned to the shoe this Saturday for a big noon kickoff with number 5 Indiana, who's 10-0. Mm-hmm. Another big noon kickoff.
And another opportunity for Ryan Day to say, we can beat a top 5 team.
Yes.
So we'll see how that plays out. Sunday Night Football saw the Bengals come back from a 27-6 deficit to tie the Chargers in the fourth quarter. However, Cincinnati suffered another heartbreaking loss in the final seconds on a TD run by Buckeye J.K. Dobbins. 34-27 the final. Los Angeles with the win. The Bengals are 4-7, and they're off until December 1st. The Saints broke a 14-14 tie with the Browns with 21 unanswered points in the fourth quarter. The Browns only doing what Browns can do. 35-14 win. Cleveland now 2-8 on the season. The run for the first pick overall is well underway. They will take on Pittsburgh this Thursday night in Cleveland. I don't know. I have a feeling they might win that game. It just
maybe they beat the Ravens.
That'll be the game that they win. It seems, but it might be the last one they'll win for the rest of the year. I don't know. But Pittsburgh picked up a win over the Ravens yesterday, 18-16, to improve to 8-2. I don't know that even Pittsburgh fans saw that coming. They would be 8-2 at this point in the season.
It'll be either the Browns or the Giants with the first pick.
Yeah.
And the Giants
they'll probably take a quarterback.
Yeah. The reason I had to get this image from the Chargers Twitter is because the Bengals did not post a score image. They posted a picture of I think it was Ocho Cinco. They posted a picture of him crying with no caption.
Is that right?
But there was no score image.
Well, I can't tell you how many times I have had people say to me face to face, "Who dey, who dey," and all I can think of are the Chiefs, the Ravens, now the Chargers.
Yeah.
So there's your answer, I guess. I don't know what's worse.
The Commanders.
Being the Commanders are thrown in there too. Being a Browns fan or a Bengals fan this year, it's tough.
Yeah,
it really is.
Being a Giants fan, that's the worst.
Yeah, that could be bad too.
Every year. Meanwhile, on the court, chance of 15-0 rang out in Cleveland after the Cavs defeated Charlotte 128-114. The Cavaliers will head to Boston tomorrow night.
I saw some video of there was several fans standing out there going 15-0, 15-0, and they were wearing these powder blue uniforms.
Right.
I don't know what the special theme was there, but it seems like the NBA's been doing that this year. I think if you won an NBA championship, was it last Thursday, that the floor had changed to this championship look? Because I was watching Sports Center, and it seemed like every court had some type of championship theme to it.
Interesting.
Yeah. And so, but again, I don't follow the NBA, and I can't really explain what the whole promotion was behind that.
Couldn't tell you.
Yeah. Top-ranked Ohio State scored a 1-0 win over, as some people would say, meat chicken, Michigan, to claim the Big Ten men's soccer title. Congratulations to the football Buckeyes.
Yes. The OSU women held off Belmont for a 67-63 win. The Buckeyes are now 3-0 in basketball and will travel to Athens Wednesday to face the Bobcats.
And the 2-1 OSU men are coming off a loss at Texas A&M. They were 2-0 heading into that game. They will host Evansville tomorrow night. Now let's give you an update on some of our local kids who are playing at the college level. Wright State's Brandon Knoll is averaging 21.6 points per game, 9 rebounds per game through the first 5 games for the Raiders. They're in Myrtle Beach, playing in the Myrtle Beach Invitational this coming weekend. Thursday, they'll take on Princeton for that. Chillicothe's Javon Mothmer is averaging 8.3 points per game with Liberty University. The Flames are off to a 4-1 start, and they will face Louisiana in the first round of the U.S. Virgin Islands Paradise Jam this Friday. That could also be the name of the dance that my granddaughter Paradise and her now husband Hayden had in their first dance.
Paradise Jam.
Paradise Jam. Chillicothe's Trey Beard playing at Shawnee State. He's averaging 19.6 points per game through the first 5 games for Shawnee State. The Bears are 3-2. They'll play Georgetown tomorrow night at Georgetown. And Rio Grande will host the Bevo Francis Invitational this weekend. Waverly's Trey Robertson is averaging 13 points per game for the Red Storm, who are 4-1. They will face Carolina this Friday night at Rio. And no, it's not North Carolina. It's not South Carolina. It's not NC State. It's not South Carolina State. It's a college named Carolina.
Yes. And Traffic Light Sports is letting you know all the NBA stuff that you don't know.
Ah, thank you.
The Cavs blue jerseys are the City League edition.
Did you bump into him on the field Friday night?
He didn't say hi to me. I knew he was there.
Yeah.
But he didn't say hi to me, and I didn't know what he looked like.
Gotcha.
But he sees my face every day, so I'm kind of hurt that you didn't say hi to me, Traffic Lights.
I don't think I've seen Jacob to speak to him since, it might have been at Taze Valley's basketball game up at, where'd we go last year? Mount Gilead, I think it was.
I don't remember.
Or no, it was, gosh, I can't remember. It was a school up north where we had to face, A team I can't remember right now. I'm pretty sure I saw Jacob there. So, Marion Harding, thank you. Appreciate that. But at any rate, Jacob, we'll get together sometime during the basketball season this year for sure. All right, coming up in a moment, this date in history, we turn the Litter Media Wayback Machine dials to 1863. That's coming up.
But first, we want to tell you about Litter Quality Propane. Custom tank colors and wraps. Find out how a propane tank can be beautiful at litterpropane.com.
This is Andy Tomlinson. When ensuring what's important to you, our agents are there when you need us the most. Tomlinson Insurance, for the best coverage at the best cost. Visit us online at tomlinsonins.com to learn more.
I was looking for a first job. I had been babysitting and decided it was something for a little more permanent. It pays very well. It's convenient. You can make your own schedule with the flexibility. That's something that I like. The people that I work with are great. I wouldn't ask for a better crew or management team to work for.
Are you looking for a beer that satisfies your thirst and love of country? Armed Forces Brewing Company brews beer for patriots. Celebrate freedom with every sip. Armed Forces Brewing Company. Freedom never tasted so good.
Time to learn something from this date in history. That is, if you didn't already know. But we go back to 1863. President Abraham Lincoln boards a train for Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. The delivery of a short speech the following day at the dedication of a cemetery of soldiers killed during the battle there, July 1st through July 3rd, 1863. The address Lincoln gave in Gettysburg became one of the most famous speeches in American history. In this photo, President Lincoln is located just behind the blurry part of the photo with his hand over his face.
I don't see him.
You don't see him?
I'm looking for him. Is he wearing his top hat?
He might be wearing a top hat.
There's lots of top hats in this photo.
His might be the toppiest. I don't know. I didn't scrutinize the photo before we showed it here, so Mike is the one who said President Lincoln is located just behind the blurry part of the photo, and I'm thinking it's all kind of blurry.
Yeah, I mean, when you're taking a photo from 1863,
yeah, you
can't expect.
You ask yourself, where's Waldo?
Right.
You know, it's what we're doing here at this point, but not to besmirch what was being done that day. Remembering the soldiers killed on both sides in that bloody battle at Gettysburg. Right. So, I've never been to Gettysburg. Have you?
I have.
Have you?
When my 8th grade class went to Washington, D.C., we stopped in Gettysburg.
Mm-hmm. What do you remember from that about Gettysburg? Because being in the 8th grade, you remember a lot of different things that have nothing to do with history.
I remember how big it was, how big and open.
Did you envision like the battle going on?
No.
No,
I did not.
When we went to Hawaii, we did a Pearl Harbor tour. And this was after my former boss, God rest his soul, Dave Smith. He had told me about making this similar tour one time through Pearl Harbor. And he said to me before we went to Hawaii, he said they were playing on the speakers on the ship we were on battle sounds. And just it gave you a feel of what it might have looked like. So, of course, all the film footage you've seen over the years of the attack on Pearl Harbor, those things are brought to the forefront of your mind as you hear those battle sounds. And I tell you, it was emotional as we pulled into Pearl Harbor to see everything that day. And to see how pristine it looks now, but still you could place where those ships were docked and just wonder to yourself, man, what would it have been like to have been here and see all the sky filled with Japanese planes and the smoke from all the carnage that had taken place. So,
and the anniversary of that is coming up too.
Yes, December 7th of this year.
Of every year.
Well, it's every year, yes. I'm trying to think.
1941.
Yeah, I'm trying to do some Taze Valley math here. We're not quite at 100 years on that.
No.
But probably not quite 80 years just yet.
No.
Yeah. A lot of things to remember of the conflicts over our history as
We're at 80.
America.
This will be the 83rd.
83rd year?
I think so.
Okay. That's a Dina math there.
And I might be wrong, but I was faster than Dan.
He was. He's always faster than me. So, all right, that's it for today's program. And our special programming we had earlier today is available on our YouTube channel.
It is.
Which was a talk we had with the Adena Health Foundation's Robin Burno. Always good to see Robin. And Scott Graham. Also always good to see Scott Graham from the Chillicothe Ross Community Foundation. If you want to learn more about them, simply click on the links that are involved in the posts that we have here on Facebook as well as on our YouTube channel. So tomorrow we've got a couple of special events. The first one is going to talk about the Christmas church tour of the churches here in Chillicothe. Mike will have that for you at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. And then at 1 o'clock, we'll have gents from the Tabernacle Baptist Church to talk about what we mentioned earlier in the show today, the Journey to the Marketplace, or Journey to the King. You got it here?
Yes.
The Marketplace, okay. The Journey
Marketplace,
to the King.
Journey to the King.
Yes. So that will take place at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon here on another edition of Litter Media Live. So for Aaron Glandon, for Mike Smith, I'm Dan Ramey. Thank you for watching Litter Media Live.